November 25, 2025, became a turning point in Brazilian history, a day that would be remembered for years to come as a symbol of accountability and the rule of law. On this day, former President Jair Bolsonaro began serving a 27-year prison sentence, marking the first time a Brazilian head of state faced such a consequence for actions taken while in office. The Supreme Federal Court, after months of intense deliberation and public scrutiny, upheld his conviction for orchestrating a plot to subvert democracy following the 2022 elections. The decision was unanimous, reflecting the gravity of the charges and the unity of the court in defending constitutional order. That evening, President Lula addressed the nation in a solemn televised speech. He declared this moment a profound lesson in democracy, emphasizing the independence and strength of Brazil's justice system and urging citizens to trust in the country's institutions. Lula was careful to frame the conviction not as a victory for any political faction, but as a triumph for democratic principles and the rule of law. He called for unity and reflection, reminding Brazilians that democracy is built on the foundation of justice and accountability. This moment signaled a maturation of Brazil's institutions, showing that even the most powerful are accountable under the law. It was a clear message that no one, regardless of status or influence, stands above the Constitution. The process was long and tense, testing the limits of the judiciary, legislature, and executive. The nation watched as each branch of government navigated unprecedented challenges, but ultimately, the ordeal proved the resilience and integrity of Brazil's system of checks and balances. To truly understand the significance of this event, one must look beyond the verdict itself. It is essential to examine the entire institutional journey, the debates, the legal battles, and the civic engagement that together defended democracy from within and set a new precedent for the nation's future. Bolsonaro's conviction was the result of a meticulous legal process, one that unfolded over months of careful investigation and legal debate. The Supreme Federal Court, Brazil's highest judicial authority, led the proceedings with unwavering commitment to justice and transparency. The charges brought against Bolsonaro centered on a conspiracy to overturn the results of the 2022 election, a pivotal moment in Brazil's recent history. His actions, according to prosecutors, aimed to block the peaceful transfer of power, threatening the very foundation of Brazil's democracy. The STF's ruling, delivered after exhaustive investigation and strict adherence to due process, made the verdict final and unappealable, leaving no room for doubt or reversal. Bolsonaro's imprisonment set a new legal precedent in Brazil, sending a powerful signal that no one, not even a former president, is above the law or immune from accountability. The court's decision was grounded in robust legal statutes designed to protect democracy, and every piece of evidence was thoroughly scrutinized by the justices. By acting decisively, the STF reinforced its role as the guardian of the Constitution, upholding the rule of law even in the face of immense political pressure. The court's actions sent a clear message to the nation and the world. The Republic's institutions are strong and capable of defending themselves against any threat. This historic ruling strengthens Brazil's system of checks and balances, ensuring that power remains distributed and that abuses are checked. It also serves as a powerful deterrent against future threats to democracy, reminding all citizens and leaders of the consequences of undermining the democratic process. The judiciary's independence and authority were reaffirmed, solidifying the legal framework for democratic defense and inspiring renewed confidence in Brazil's commitment to justice. The legitimacy of the conviction rested on overwhelming evidence, much of it from Bolsonaro's own inner circle. Plea bargains, digital communications, and testimonies from top officials revealed a detailed coup plot. Video recordings, draft decrees, and digital messages exposed the planning and coordination to undermine the electoral system. The STF and lower courts rigorously authenticated this evidence, ensuring the verdict was based on solid facts, not politics. The transparent, evidence-based process reinforced public trust and demonstrated Brazil's capacity to handle complex, high-level cases. Bolsonaro's conviction, alongside top generals, shattered Brazil's legacy of impunity for the powerful. For decades, military and political elites were seen as untouchable, but this verdict established that the law applies to all. The prosecution of former leaders aligns Brazil with other mature democracies and signals a break from its authoritarian past. This precedent strengthens the concept of equality before the law and reinforces public faith in democratic institutions. It demystifies power, showing that public office is a trust, not a shield from justice. The lesson is clear. In a democracy, accountability extends from the average citizen to the highest office. The crisis tested Brazil's institutions like never before, but they held firm under pressure. The judiciary, legislature, and press coordinated to defend the constitutional order, relying on established legal norms. The response was methodical and grounded in the constitution, preventing escalation and ensuring legitimacy. Brazil's 1988 constitution, with its checks and balances, proved its worth by activating institutional antibodies against authoritarian threats. The episode left these mechanisms stronger and more legitimate in the public eye. This experience offers a blueprint for democratic defense, highlighting both vulnerabilities and strengths. Bolsonaro's conviction stands as a case study in how democracy can protect itself through due process and institutional resilience. Brazil's experience is part of a global struggle against democratic backsliding, echoing events like the U.S. Capitol attack. Unlike the U.S., Brazil's judiciary acted swiftly and decisively, holding its former leader accountable. The centralized STF enabled a streamlined process, setting an international precedent for prosecuting anti-democratic actions. Brazil's case demonstrates that even the most powerful can be held to account through constitutional means. This example contributes to the global dialogue on defending democracy and the importance of an independent judiciary. The conviction resonates beyond Brazil, affirming that democratic processes are sacred and must be protected. Bolsonaro's imprisonment deepened Brazil's polarization, with supporters seeing persecution and opponents feeling vindicated. For many, the conviction was justice served. For others, it reinforced distrust in institutions. A significant middle ground remains, processing the event with caution and concern for national unity. The political landscape is shifting, with some distancing from Bolsonaro's movement and others clinging to the narrative of martyrdom. The absence of Bolsonaro may fragment the far right or open space for new leaders. The key question: will this event foster dialogue and healing, or entrench divisions further? With Bolsonaro sidelined, Brazil's right faces a leadership vacuum and an identity crisis. The movement must choose between remaining loyal to an imprisoned leader or evolving into a broader conservative force. New right-wing leaders may emerge, seeking to capture Bolsonaro's base while distancing from anti-democratic radicalism. For Lula's government, this shift offers stability, but also new challenges from a potentially fragmented opposition. The right's reorganization will shape Brazil's future, either towards a more stable democratic system or continued polarization. The next chapter depends on whether new leaders embrace democratic norms or cling to divisive narratives. Bolsonaro's conviction closes one era and opens another, with Brazil's political direction still uncertain. Bolsonaro's conviction marks a defining moment for Brazilian democracy, proving its institutions can withstand severe tests and emerge stronger. This moment is not just about one individual, but about the resilience of a system built to protect the will of the people. It demonstrates that democracy, though often challenged, can adapt and respond to threats with integrity. The process was grounded in evidence and due process, distinguishing it from political vendettas and reinforcing legitimacy. Every step was scrutinized, ensuring transparency and fairness, which are essential pillars for public trust. This careful approach sends a message that justice in Brazil is not arbitrary, but deliberate and accountable. By holding even the most powerful accountable, Brazil sets a precedent against impunity and for equality before the law. This is a signal to all citizens that no one is above the rules that bind society together, and that the rule of law is a cornerstone of a functioning democracy. Yet, deep divisions remain, and the right faces a period of reorganization. The political landscape is shifting, and parties must now reflect on their values, strategies, and the voices of their supporters to move forward constructively. The future depends on strengthening democratic culture, fostering dialogue, and addressing the roots of polarization. Only by encouraging open conversation and mutual respect can Brazil hope to bridge divides and create lasting solutions for all its people. This is not an endpoint, but a critical juncture. Brazil's democracy has defended itself, but must now work to heal and thrive. The coming years will require patience, vigilance, and a renewed commitment to democratic values from every citizen. The challenge ahead is clear: to build a more inclusive, resilient, and united nation from the lessons of its recent past, ensuring that democracy is not just preserved, but continually strengthened for generations to come.